the timelines around 2005, a bit around midterm, Mwai Kibaki's first term as president, and then the implementation in 2008 after the elections. Do you agree that probably it's a bit uncomfortable to have this conversation right now? Do you think there's a risk that this very necessary conversation that we should be having as a country could be diluted by bringing it too close to a very competitive election?
I remember not a long time ago, a telecom CEO said that Kenyans are very peculiar. And indeed, from the conversations on this table, Kenyans are very peculiar. We are told in leadership and governance that a failure to plan is planning to fail. Now, Vision 2030 is coming to an end in the next 3 years. You must start that process of establishing another vision. And it matters not who is the president today. You must have a vision, because as a country, you cannot fly rudderless. You need to have a vision. But the risk here is that all conversation in Kenya are anchored by political biases. And we have these insatiable appetites of attacking personalities instead of attacking ideas. And when the president said we need to have this national conversation, you would have predicted with 100% accuracy that the broad-based administration, the members would support it. That is UDA, ODM, and the other political parties. And you could predict with 100% accuracy that these other politicians, Kalonzo Musyoka, Gachagua, would not support it. Now, because we love attacking personalities, the national conversation is going to face serious challenges. Mm-hmm. Because already, Mr. Gachagua has attacked the national conversation without giving merits.
Wasn't that expected?
Yeah, on account that it's been fronted by President Ruto, and he's doing this not in his capacity as a head of government, but as head of state. Kalonzo Musyoka has already attacked it. In fact, I saw the McQueen governor saying that what we need to address is food security today. But when you're coming up with the Vision 2030, the basics indicate that you have short-term plans and long-term plans. They're building blocks. You achieve short-term things, food security, healthcare security, housing security. You achieve all those as you capture the plan. And the question about the right timing, Kenyans, understand we are about 55 million Kenyans, and we are 55 million politicians in Kenya. You can never ever have the right time. Wherever you come up with an idea, and I can bet my head, if it was Mr. Gachagua who came up with this idea, every other person who opposes him would have said it's a complete waste of time. Now, unfortunately, when you want to have a national conversation that captures the interests and aspirations of all Kenyans, it's going to be compromised, because now people who are loyal to Mr. Gachagua, for instance, will not participate in this conversation.
But let me ask you
so how do you make progress without carrying the entire nation?
We've seen this kind of discussions, including the NATCO, that happened after, you see, the fallout from the results of the election in 2022, the upheaval that came, and then after that, a lull in political activity, then introduction of a national conversation. That conversation would not probably have been possible in the days or months preceding the 2022 election. Don't you think that's the same problem we have now? That there's a right time to introduce a national conversation when people are thinking in unity or are trying to heal the nation, and they're thinking cohesively, and not at this time where divisions are so rife?
Well, you know, the past conversations you mentioned have been created by a crisis that the nation is bleeding. If you don't have these political heavyweights who are pursuing their selfish interests masqueraded as national interest, if you don't bring them together, then the nation is going to collapse. Right now, there is no political crisis. The only thing we have is a political competition. And in my view, for us to make progress, this national conversation can be a success if and only if it's led by eminent Kenyan scholars and practitioners and immunized from politicians, political parties, and political actors. Because the moment you make them the drivers of this process, then believe you me, you are not going to make progress.
Yes, but politicians are not known to leave such to the common Kenyan. Already many are claiming ownership of this conversation. This is what the ODM party leader had to say about the Vision 2060 and who owns it. All right, we're going to have that clip.